You don't always have to have 90 minutes or 2 hours to tell an effective story, and that is certainly borne out in one of the films that is screening at this year's Myrtle Beach International Film Festival. It is called For Love. It is all of 8 minutes long, but it still tells a very effective story. Here is one of the stars of the film, Kevin Jeter. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about For Love. What is it about?
For Love is sci-fi comedy. We have a gentleman, the star of the film, Matt. He is in love with Maddie, who is a coworker. We all work in a convenience store. And so he has his eye on Maddie, and Maddie pays him no attention. But he's also a warrior that saves the world. So every night, every 24 hours, he fights an evil company of men called the Vogue that comes out of the toilet. And so he saves the world every night. We don't know it. He seems to be an average guy that works an average job, but he actually saves us. He's a superhero.
Where in the world did the idea come up with for this?
That is a great question. Our director, Kevin Murray, he comes up with great ideas. So I know he wanted to do a little comedy, but he's also been down the track of a sci-fi movement. So he mixed the two together, and love was born. For Love was born.
It tells a very effective story in just a few minutes. How do you go about putting that much information and making that great of a story in just 8 minutes? Is that a challenge for you?
It's an extremely difficult challenge. I think originally the total shoot was probably around 20 minutes. So we had to scale it down, obviously. And so a lot of things got cut out, but we feel like we left the best part in.
As an actor, did you have some input into the script? Could you kind of ad-lib as we went along?
One of the good things about working with Kevin Murray as a director, writer, and producer is he does allow us to ad-lib a little bit. His main piece is he wants to make sure that we get the message across. He gets his message across and his vision, but he does allow us to kind of change it up a little bit, and we're really grateful for that.
What is your history? How did you get into this?
I am a stand-up comic. And I wanted to diversify, so I wanted to get into acting just to diversify a little bit. Kevin Murray approached me with a role, and I did it. I loved it and fell in love with it. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this acting thing for a while. I can do a little bit of comedy on the side, but I haven't done comedy in a year and a half. I've done several films. I'm actually finishing up my 7th film in 2 years, so I'm really, really blessed, really grateful for it.
Now, you also have a job on the side. Is there going to be a point in time when you're going to be able to devote your full time to acting, do you think?
Yes, that is the goal. That is the goal. Hopefully within a year, I can transition out, but I do IT work.
Right.
I've done it for 20 years, and I've done stand-up for 3 years, and so I'm 2 years into acting, so that is the goal. Full time would be great.
What's the next project for you?
The next project is a project written and produced and also co-produced with Kevin Murray called Hope. So we're excited. We're about 95% done, so hopefully in about a month we'll be finished with that project.
One thing that you mentioned when you were talking to the folks in the theater, a 100-word competition, film competition, something, tell me about that.
Yes, originally Kevin came up with the concept. He wanted to enter For Love in the 100 Words Film Festival that was in Charlotte, North Carolina, where we're based out of. You can only do 100 words. So that was the big part of cutting it down to roughly 8 minutes and only doing it at a 100 word count. So it had to be at least 100 words, none more, none less. So we nailed it.
That's challenging, but at the same time, it's interesting how effective you can tell a story in that amount of time with just pictures, with just action. It's very interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Kevin Jeter, good luck to you in the future, and we'll look forward to your next project.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The
Pleasure's
film is
mine.
called For Love. It is screening this year at the Myrtle Beach International Film Festival.